Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for July 16. The Spanish Town Hospital is closer to attaining Type A status, having included a women's center to its services last week. Upgrading the hospital to a Type A facility will involve improving its services to provide comprehensive secondary and tertiary healthcare services. At the recent opening of the $30 million Queen Sofia of Spain Women's Center, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller called on the Southeast Regional Health Authority to proceed with plans to advance the hospital's services to that end. In the meantime, she praised the establishment of the Women's Center, which was donated by the Spanish government through the Spanish Agency for International Development.
In addition to treating women who have suffered from various forms of abuse, depression, and anxiety, this center, in establishing colposcopy services, will now provide much needed treatment in the management of cervical cancer, which I think is very important and critical in our country, particularly at this time.
Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce Anthony Hilton says government is working hard to complete amendments to the Copyright Act soon. He says this will allow the country to meet its international copyright treaty obligations. The minister was speaking at the recent launch of the e-JIPA digitization program. The Jamaica Intellectual Property Office launched the program to convert about 30,000 files to digital format, making them available online to clients locally and overseas. Minister Hilton said it meant persons looking to register a business trademark in Jamaica could now do this online from anywhere in the world. The project will be executed in 4 phases over a 3-year period at a projected cost of $8 million. In the meantime, the Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister is encouraging businesses to adopt international standards to build competitiveness. He says the use of standards such as the ISO 5001 could help them realize significant monetary savings.
The importance of standards must be seen within the broader context of our country's growth strategy and efforts to build a globally competitive platform. This has to be the basis on which our country integrates within the global economy and reposition itself for the future.
Minister Hilton was addressing a recent ISO 5001 energy seminar held in Kingston. ISO 5001 is a standard developed to guide organizations in establishing systems and processes to improve energy performance. The redevelopment plan for the town of Falmouth is to be completed and gazetted by the end of 2012. The Urban Development Corporation UDC says a draft plan is in place and is being reviewed. That process should be finished by July 30. After that, the UDC will engage in an external review with all stakeholders before the full plan is completed for gazetting before the end of the year. Justice Minister Senator Mark Golding says work continues to implement the various recommendations that came out of the Justice Reform Task Force a few weeks ago. He was speaking at a recent function to review the first year of operations of the Court Management Services CMS, one of the initiatives recommended by the task force. Minister Golding said the CMS had achieved much in its first year and stressed that it served an important role in the delivery of justice in Jamaica.
It is to give effect to a principle, and the principle is that the courts of this land must be independent of influence, in particular from the influence of the executive branch, because at the end of the day, it is the role of the courts to protect our citizens' rights and enforce obligations, and the state has obligations to the citizens. So therefore, it's important that the executive be at arm's length from the judiciary.
In that regard, the minister pointed out that the head of the CMS does not report to him, but said his office had and would continue to lend all the support it can. And finally, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says it's gathering useful information from a pilot plastic recycling project that will help the government design a more advanced waste disposal system. In May, the agency launched a plastic container recycling project in 3 corporate area communities. NSWMA head Jennifer Edwards says participation has been less than hoped for, but overall it has been a good first start, and there are encouraging signs that Jamaicans are willing to adopt a recycling culture.
And it is a culture building activity. You're getting people into a mindset that is different from that which they're accustomed to. People are calling me to say that they hear we are doing this recycling project. Where can they take their plastic bottles to? So people are prepared to participate once the information goes out.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.